Darren Jaime here with you. Remember, we are a live and interactive talk show, so we always encourage you to join in on the conversation by calling 718-960-7241, or if you want to, just send us an email to open@bronxnet.org. Well, the Actors Technique is an organization that's dedicated to teaching students of all ages how to master the skill of acting. But before we can meet the man behind this organization, we're going to take a look at how the future stars of Hollywood get their acting chops. Let's take a look.
There was just something about acting that I've always wanted to do, and I thought that Actors Technique would be a perfect place to start.
I've been with Actors Technique for 3 years.
And I keep coming back because it's a lot of fun. I love to spend my weekends here, and I'm also learning a lot.
I feel that I've evolved so much from being here at Actors Technique. I've learned everything from Shakespeare classes to sitcom acting to commercial work.
We're learning how to be confident, to be real.
And he's just got a huge growth in his confidence.
What separates you is the way you see copy.
The first thing I did was a pilot for a little kids show.
I've booked Doubt with Meryl Streep, and I've done Brighton Beach Memoirs on Broadway.
I've booked Olive Garden, Scholastic.
I got an AT&T commercial callback.
I got a manager.
I got an agent through Actors Technique. The agent showcases are great. I had so much fun at every class that I was in. I never wanted to leave.
I really love it.
We want them to feel great about who they are.
My confidence has really grown.
Honestly, it's the best thing that's come into my life. I'd recommend Actors Technique to anyone who wants to become an actor.
Actors Technique. Our career is making yours.
And now here to tell us more about his career as an actor for over 20 years and how he began Actors Technique is Todd Etelson. And we welcome him now to the show. And Todd, good to have you.
Nice to be here. Thank you.
As you see these young people very enthused, and
Right.
you can tell they're mastering the craft at a young age, and obviously that's a goal that you guys have.
Yeah. Well, you want to get them young because you can learn a lot of good habits and a lot of bad habits when you're young. And when you're young, you really absorb so much. So we get them and we start them at about 4 years old, and we can take them all the way up to 18, and that's our youth division. And when they're young, we teach them a lot of things. Not only acting skills and audition skills, but we teach them professionalism. What it means to be respectful of others when they're on stage, what it means to be on time. So it's not only a very strong acting school for kids and teens, it's also, you also learn a lot of life lessons while you're there.
So there's a lot of inner discipline that comes along with it.
There has to be.
Where does somebody get walking through the door? Because if you walk through the door, a lot of people have actors, aspirations in the realm of acting. How do you guys assess a person and then move them forward?
Sure. Well, you get honesty and sincerity. We will put you in class. We won't deny you class. We'll put you in class and we'll monitor you as you go. But we don't really use words like star quality and things like that. We just say that we're going to move you along and we're going to find progress. Your goal is to beat your own record week after week. It's not you against the person to the left or the right of you. It's you against yourself week after week, month after month, year after year. And we'll introduce you to industry as well. Agents, managers, casting directors for commercials, TV, film, and Broadway. And so as we go, we don't make promises, we don't make unrealistic guarantees. You get sincerity, you get honesty, and we stay with you.
But it's honestly an opportunity to have some sort of networking to go to that next level if you desire it. So you do have an opportunity to be introduced to those people who are at the next level, whether it's that manager, whether it's that, that next person in line, or, a casting person, right?
Sure. I mean, representation by an agent or a manager is not a right, it's a privilege. So not everybody gets representation. We hope you do, because if you do, and you get out there and you audition and you book, we look good. But we're very honest about it. All of our agent showcases for our students are free.
So when you have this program, obviously you got a lot of kids participating. What's the enrollment like?
Oh, it's good. I mean, we don't really advertise. We don't do a lot of advertising at all. We have a Facebook page, Actors Technique New York. So, and we have our own emails that we send out, but we don't really advertise. We get manager referrals, we get agent referrals, and we have a lot of repetition with our students who have always been in our class. They stay with us. So once they're with us, they want to stay with us because it's a fun place to be.
Walk us through the classes themselves, because somebody might be out there saying, listen, maybe this is something I want my child or my young person person to be involved in? When they come in the door, obviously you do your assessment, and then where does it go from there?
Sure. Our classes are age divided. So our tots are in our tots classes, our preteens are in our preteens class, our teens are in our teens class. And then we just get you in there and we let the teachers take over. Our teachers are instructors who have been on Broadway. We have instructors from Jersey Boys, Little Mermaid, Chorus Line, Phantom, all that sort of stuff. And then we have very tenured 20-year coaches. So we put them in there, and then every couple classes we talk to you as the parent, and we tell you how your child is doing and the steps that they're taking. And every so often, we'll let the parents in the last 10 minutes of class, just so they can see what they're paying for and they can see the progress of their child. On camera, off camera, they just want to see what their child is doing, and their child is usually taking steps, and they gain an awful lot of confidence along the way.
Throwing you a beach ball here, but tell us a little bit about the success stories.
Well, you heard some of them in the videos. Bridget was in Doubt with Meryl Streep. She had 5 scenes. We've had people on Broadway. We've had people in all the Law and Orders and the soap operas. You can't turn on the TV without seeing one of our kids. They're in national commercials. They're in print jobs. They're doing voiceovers. They're doing Umi Zumi. Whatever it is, they're doing it. We just had 2 booked on Sesame Street, some of our younger ones. So they're always booking week after week.
What do you say to people who just, because everybody has acting aspiration, but everybody doesn't always make it to the big screen?
Yeah.
Give that advice, because we got to keep it real.
I hear you. No, we got to keep it real, and we do keep it real. Every day we keep it real. You defined your own successes. Success isn't necessarily getting representation. Success isn't necessarily booking a TV show or TV series. You define your own successes along the way, and that's it. Not everybody can book it. The odds are against you. But that's all part of competition. You learn how to handle rejection. We talk about that. We educate the parent. And your job, first and foremost, is to become a professional and enjoy the ride, because this business is 99% the process.
With shows like American Idol and these other reality shows that we see that are, talent-based, are we seeing more of an increase of people trying to, get into the field?
Well, you're in the field. You're in the field. A lot of people want to be in the field. In our adults division, we have people who are lawyers and doctors and salespeople who want to get into it part-time. I think a lot of people have that aspiration, but I think they have the need to express their creativity. And a lot of people like to do it, and I think it's great, whether you do it full-time or part-time. Some of the reality shows I actually enjoy. Some of them I probably don't enjoy because they're taking scripted shows away from actors. And that's just the reality of it. You got to deal with it. But by and large, I think that some of the talent-based reality shows, it's fun.
Right. But you made a very important statement. It does take away from real scripted shows that you could really have bona fide actors in, and that's.
Well, you can always do community theater. You can always do theater. You can always be doing things to increase your acting chops. But we not only have very strong acting classes, but we are the segue to the next level of agents, managers, and casting directors. We make no guarantees. We just put our foot forward with you, and we train you at very reasonable prices.
Talk to us about people, before we leave out, people who might want to be involved. They're watching this and they're saying, listen, this might be something I want to get my young person involved in. What do they do?
Well, there's a number of things. You can give us a call. You can go to our webpage, actorstechniqueny.com. You can go to our Facebook, right? And, we're happy to email you. We're happy to give you a call and talk to you. And we're happy to invite you in. No obligation. Just come on in, see the place. We operate out of Pearl Studios in Manhattan off of 35th Street. We'll give you our time whether you enroll or not. We want your experience to be good.
Okay. Well, Todd, thank you so much for coming and sharing with us.
My pleasure. Thanks
for
having me.
Good to have you. All righty. Well, we encourage you to find out more. You saw the information at the bottom of the screen. If you desire more information, go ahead and tap in and log in and check it out on the website, and there you'll be able to find out more.